Oh shit, it's your boy. I'm back. I'm free. It's playtesting season now, boyos, so time to make some playtesting videos. Yeah, I wanted to get on the bandwagon, sooner, but I was busy visiting family for Thanksgiving. Oh, hope they're still okay. So yeah, before we go, I got a solid 100% objective theory. My solid 100% objective theory is that there should be balance to the symbols in the game. And in order to do that, you gotta generally make all the cards that have one of the bad symbols really good. Like, try to make as many universally solid cards in that symbol as you can. So I'm gonna bring up my totally objective, not subjective tier list. And we got our tier 1 symbols. These are symbols that if your character has one of these, you're probably using that symbol. And there's some exceptions, like Kuwabara might play water over, it will probably play water over good just because air ground smash. Yeah, and we got our tier 2 symbols. Those are symbols that have some really strong meta decks, but overall they're not really strong and they're usually gimmicky. Like, Fire has Takeda and Tech Sphere decks. That's pretty much it. Water has, Shiva, Reverberate decks. Fae, that's not much else. And, all is like Yoshimitsu and whatever weapon decks, and that's about it. And then, you got your bottom of the barrel Void, Chaos, Air, the symbols that pretty much nobody touches. And I don't think there's a single, competitive deck for those symbols that you wouldn't just play another symbol on that character. So my theory is that if the card has at least 2 of these middle or bottom tier symbols on it, you should strive to push the card as much as you can. And eventually, those symbols will be good again. And even if you make that really good card have, one of these tier 1 symbols, it won't be as impactful because that card is competing with space from the already numerous amount of power cards those symbols have. So like, say you make a card that's almost as good as like Forbidden Moonset, but not quite, because that would be really hard to do. That's like basically not a buff to like any... It's not a buff to life or order, because, that's competing with space that's already filled up by Forbidden Moonset. But these other symbols would be happy to have a card that's like similar in power level to Forbidden Moonset. Or even if, for whatever reason, say they print a card that is even better than Forbidden Moonset, it's going to bring up these other symbols more than it's going to bring up the tier 1 life and order, because life, the power discrepancy between the cards that are getting kicked out of one of the tier 1 symbol decks is a lot smaller discrepancy than like kicking out whatever Chaos, Void, and Air have to work with right now. You're kicking out, worse cards, so it's gonna help them. Basically, what I'm trying to say is power creep, cash grab good, unless it's Downward Spiral, Shield Big Bang, or Forbidden Moonset. Then I'd probably say, yeah, that's one case where it isn't good. Anyways, okay, so they want. If I talked about every single character in one vid, it would take forever, and I don't want to subject any people that might actually be watching this video for feedback to that. So Jasco only wants feedback for 6 cards at a time currently. So in this video, I'm gonna look at those 6 characters. First is Keto Kombateer with response before the damage step of this unblocked attack. Reduce this attack's damage to 6. So he takes a long time to kill. And then he's got enhance your attack gets a damage bonus equal to its printed difficulty. Okay. I've seen people complaining on Facebook that he's too hard to kill. I might agree with that. And if this card were just a question of balance, then I'm sure eventually we could arrive at the right vitality for this character. Or maybe nerf the R to maybe 7 damage. Whatever. But I got a different take on this card. My take is this is not a question of balance. This is a question of design. Because I don't like the design it's going in. Because just hypothetical here. Hypothetically, what if this was everybody's favorite villain from one of the most popular anime ever? Would you want this character to spend his entire lifespan playing Astaroth throws? Is that a fate you would want on your boy? I would, personally, that's not a fate I would wish on anyone. That you just get cornholed into playing Astaroth throws your whole life. Isn't this the character that does closed-fisted backhands and like the whole arena shatters because of the seismic shockwave because he's so dang strong? Do you want that character to play Astaroth throws? I don't. So this is an appeal to the Jasco design team. A humble appeal. Make the enhance non-throw attack and also probably buff it to make it do something when your attack is fully blocked. Make it be like, yeah, you could, like, if you add that restriction, non-throw, you could even just straight buff this ability. And this ability could be enhance. Your attack, your non-throw attack, gets a damage bonus equal to its printed difficulty. If this non-throw attack is fully blocked, your opponent loses X vitality. X is the control of the printed difficulty of your attack -2. Right? That could be a third ability, actually. That's my hot take. Totally 100% correct take, by the way. Let's look at the support now. Let's look at these attacks he's supposed to ride on. All the meats. Fury and Punch, okay. EX2, if your printed hand size is less than your rival's, this attack gets -1 difficulty, so that's okay. So it's 5 for 4 diff, still not that good yet. Enhance. If this attack is completely blocked, your rival destroys one of their foundations. Would you ever play this card in this character ever in Constructed? I think this card sucks. Moving on. Most nuts. Okay stats as well. Fury Punch. Enhance. Destroy 1 foundation. If this attack is not blocked, destroy 1 rival foundation. Oh wow. That's a tall order saying my fatty Toger. That's a tall order implying my 4-speed attack is gonna be not blocked in my 5-hander. Okay. Wishful thinking there already. Enhance, destroy 1 foundation. If this attack is not blocked, destroy 1 rival foundation. If your character is Keto Kombateer, build the top card of your deck face down. Well, that's pretty good. And Deadlock Enhance, destroy 2 rival foundations. Okay. So, is playing this instead of an Astaroth throw or an Ivy throw, there's a bunch of throws. Is playing this instead of a throw worth it just to build 1 face down as a 5-hander? I don't think so. I think this card sucks. So, okay. I think we're 2-0 for sucky support attacks for this character that he won't play. All the oils. 4 diff, 3 speed, mid, 5 damage. Fury Punch, Combo Punch. So if you play this sucker, you're basically cornholed. I'm going to say cornhole a lot. He's basically cornholed into playing punches, so he can't even play throws at that point in Constructed. Combo Enhance, lose 2 vitality. Add 1 copy of all the oils from your discard pile to your hand. And Enhance. If this attack is blocked, your next attack gets +4 damage. Literally would never play this in Keto Combat. It's a good card. I would just never play it in Keto Kombateer because I would have to play punches instead of throws. Miss me with that shit. So that's the first support card that's pretty okay, but now that I think about it, what deck would you play this in? What evil, earth, or death character would you want to cornhole yourself into playing punches? And then you'd play this punch that doesn't do a whole lot other than pick up more copies of itself. It's probably a common. It's probably okay the way it is. So we're 3-0 for cards you wouldn't play in Keto Kombateer, but that one's pretty good. Oh, and most cheese. Judging by first glance, judging by the numbers on it, this is the ultra rare card because it's 6 diff and 2 control. Enhance, discard 1 momentum. Your rival destroys one of their foundations. Build the top card of your deck face down. So for first impression, that's like a common. That's literally the same thing that's on this old ass Morgan throwaway card that no one played. It was an okay card, but no one played it, because power creep, cash grab, and all that. Shell Kick. E, discard 1 momentum. Your opponent destroys one of their foundations. Add the top card of your deck to your staging area face down. And then it's also got E, add up to 2 cards from your hand to your momentum. That's okay. That ability is cool. So first thought, I never want to open this card ever, and I certainly don't want to play it in any deck ever. So, scrap this card and rework it, please. Ain't nobody want to open this card as their ultra rare attack. Nobody. Going into the foundations. Fatso Peanut Butter. Response, remove. After you lose vitality due to your rival's attack or effect, gain that much vitality. I've seen people on, Facebook say this foundation is busted. Too busted. I'm inclined to agree. It is a very, very, very good survival tool. But is it too good? You don't really know unless it was tested first, though, right? So Fatso Peanut Butter would be on a watch list if there was a Jasko watch list for cards that might be too strong. But I like strong cards. I think it might be okay the way it is. Definitely don't make it better. Dark Leafy Greens. E, lose 1 vitality. This attack gets +1 damage. Enhance, destroy. This attack gets +2 damage. Okay, it's pretty boring, and it's brooding for the first enhance, and the second enhance is okay. Not that great. It could be better. It could do more things that Keto Kombateer wants to see, because he already pumps a Jesus load of damage the way he is right now. It's just a boring card, I guess. It's okay. It's probably fine. Mushrooms are okay. Enhance, destroy. This attack gets -2 speed, playable, commit. Mushrooms are okay, but do you know what's not okay? This card. This card is not okay. No net carb bread. If you do not block your rival's attack, your attacks get +1 damage during your next combat phase. That's some power creep cash grab I can get behind. Okay, that's all of them. So in closing, I would rework Keto Kombateer's enhance just so he doesn't just get cornholed into Astaroth throws. Because as is, he would never play any of his own attacks in constructed. Little Billy would come to play universes and be like, I want to play this character with all of his support. And you'd be like, fuck his support. Put these Astaroth throws in your deck, Billy. You'll go places. And he'll be like, oh, okay. Make your voices heard. Something to consider when you submit your feedback to Jasko for this character. I for sure don't like any of the attacks except maybe all the oils, save for the fact that it's not good for Keto Kombateer. All the other 3 attacks can all go to hell. Moving on, what's the next character they want is Dumpster Dive Diner. He is another 5-hander, Earth Fire Order. Enhance, if your attack deals damage, commit and flip 1 rival foundation. That's a solid ability. Response, at the start of your end phase, draw X cards. X equals the number of committed foundations in your rival's stage. This seems like a solid character at a glance. This character, even though he would obviously like Astaroth throws just because his enhance is based on dealing damage, but if the attacks you play in this deck are reasonably speeded, your opponent's going to have to tap foundations to block it, and in turn that's going to make you draw way more cards on your end phase. And of course you might just play, I'm sure his support is all stunned anyways, right? So yeah, he's good. He's a fine character. I'd leave him like the way he is. Just test him and see if he's too good or too weak. Attacks. Moldy Deli Meat. Stun 2. Reasonably statted. Enhance. Your attack gets plus 4 damage. Only playable if your rival dealt damage to you last turn. So that would be 10 damage attack. Okay. But 6 damage is respectable too. And Dumpster Diver Diner Enhance. If this attack is not blocked and your rival has 6 or more committed foundations, wait, what? Dumpster Diver Diner Enhance. If this attack is not blocked and your rival has 6 or more committed foundations, you win the game. 6 or more? That's like... needs testing. That's all I gotta say. Needs testing. This needs to be on a watch list and needs to be tested. If you're playing this outside of Dumpster Dive Diner, it's a respectable card. It's, Chasm Buster, but, a little bit less speed, but it's got that enhance that makes it 10 damage if you took damage last turn. So it's a good attack. Just need to know if it's too good with that second win the game enhance. Okay, next one. Stale half-eaten bread. That's really appetizing. Enhance. This attack gets plus 2 speed. Only playable if your rival has 2 or more face-down foundations. Enhance. This attack gets plus 2 damage. Only playable if your rival has 3 or more committed foundations. So, this is just like a boring power creep. Well, technically, if a card is power creep cash grab as hell, it's not really boring. But, technically it's boring, but it's power creep cash grab, so it's not boring because it kind of makes you excited to play it because it's really strong. And it can be a 4 difficulty attack. That's 5 speed mid for 8 with stun 2. Hella good, dude. I probably wouldn't touch it. It's probably cool. Next one. Sum of a Burger. Enhance flip 1 foundation. Commit up to 1 rival foundation and 1 rival asset. Deadlock enhance. Commit 1 card in your rival stage. It's okay. Even for a filler common, it's probably fine. Slimy Lettuce. All ally unique. Enhance plus 4. This attack gains stun 1. Only playable if it shares at least 2 symbols with your character. Enhance destroy. Draw 1 card. I don't know. Does it really need to have unique with that? It has got a plus 4 restriction on that stun. It's got 2 restrictions on the enhance. It's got the plus 4 cost, and it's got the share at least 2 symbols with your character. It has ally in it, so maybe it's unique because flavor-wise it's supposed to be an ally like another character. I think this card could be better. Can you just put Breaker 2 on it and call it a day? That would be okay, I think. Cardboard Hard Pizza. Enhance. Discard 1 card. This attack gets minus X damage. X equals 8 minus your printed hand size. Playable while committed. Okay. That's a spicy little spam. That's cool. Pristine Candy Corn. Enhance once per turn. Commit 1 foundation. Your rival commits 1 foundation. And also enhance flip. Flip 1 committed rival foundation. That card's pretty good, right? Just for the targeted flip. I'd say that card's pretty solid. So that's all of them. I think both design-wise and balance-wise, these cards are in a pretty good shape. They're ready for the final phase of testing. Next character. Tajine 7-hander, 21 vitality. When you deal damage with an attack, players with 4 or more foundations must destroy 1 foundation. That's spicy. And enhance. This attack gets plus X damage. X equals the number of foundations destroyed this turn. I like this character already. Just go balls to the wall, attack every turn, and you don't have to build, because if you don't, your opponent will be blowing up foundations, but you won't be because you're not building anyway, right? Character pretty cool. Couscous Cascade. Enhance. This attack gets plus 2 speed and plus 2 damage. Only playable if you have 4 or less foundations in your stage. You'd play it in this character, right? You wouldn't play this attack anywhere else, but in this character it's kind of okay. A 4 difficulty 6 mid 6 is kind of okay. Probably okay. Tajine Pot Barrage. Oh, this is a big statted attack. It might be an ultra rare. Look, yeah, that's the ultra rare. So, enhance destroy 1 foundation. This attack gains stun 2. Okay. Response card pool. After your rival destroys a foundation, discard this card from your card pool. It's a really lame ultra rare to open up, that's for sure. But it's actually pretty good in this character. When you know you're probably gonna get the guaranteed discard it from your card pool R, so you can keep hitting their face. They might need more, maybe. If this is an ultra, I mean, I don't want to open it. What more does it need? What if it also had... What if it had some crazy ability that said something like, R, after you block with this card, play it as a reversal, only playable if your opponent has 3 or less foundations. So you can, like, punish the bejesus out of people that try to go balls deep on you on turn 2. And make this attack a little spicier. And fit in theme with your character's theme of wanting to go hard, even when there's very few foundations out. My humble take. Eve, or Delicate Fork Fluff. Multiple 2. Enhance. You may destroy foundations in addition to momentum to pay for this attack's multiple cost. Ooh. We bringing back the, what's that Z-May card called? Ooh, that's a throwback. That is a throwback to Fury of the Ancients. Also 3 damage, also no block. Also multiples paid with foundations. Yeah, this attack is fine the way it is. That's spicy as hell, dude. That's like that's hella solid. Like, you'd play that in, I don't know, Vicious. So you can throw 15 casually, 4 difficulty, throw 15 damage your way. Damn, son. Foundations. Moroccan Spice Market. After this foundation is destroyed, your next control check to play an attack gets +1. Enhance commit. This attack gets plus X damage. X equals the number of foundations in your stage. Only playable if you have 5 or less foundations in your stage. I don't know. I don't think you'd ever play this card. Right? But maybe, maybe it's a My Hero card, so maybe it can't be too good because it has to work in a vacuum or whatever. Whatever. Perfecting Presentation. Enhance, destroy 1 foundation. This attack gains stun 1. That's spicy. Okay. Desperation, enhance. This attack gets +1 speed. That card's good. That's hella good spam. Best when shared. Enhance. Once per turn, both players destroy 1 foundation. Enhance. If your rival is at desperation, your attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage. That also seems like a My Hero Academia style power leveling. Cause who would play this? A control character that builds a lot? That's the only thing I can imagine. Because it's a great win more card that, lets you keep your opponent's stage trimmed down if you're a dedicated stage destruction deck. This card just adds a little bit of fuel to the fire. How about making the second enhance a little spicier, like enhance. If your rival is at desperation, your attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage. If you're at desperation, it gets an additional +1 speed and +1 damage. Or make that 2 different enhances. Just make it have 3 enhances, maybe. Main criticism, Tajine Pop Barrage, not spicy enough to be an ultra, if it is in fact an ultra. That character is spicy as hell, though.